G'day folks, in this video I'm going to show you how to play Layla by Eric Clapton. This is a great tune to play. This is kind of the unplugged version, and I've adapted it to solo guitar. So what I kind of do is figure out how to play Eric Clapton's guitar solos at the same time as keeping the groove of the song going with some backbeats and the bass line kind of rocking along behind, the solos. So it's pretty tricky to do this, but it's fun. It's fun to figure out how to play the solos and keep the bass line going. And if you're a solo performer like me, then this arrangement will be really great for you to play, I think. I know a lot of people out there are doing solo cover gigs, and I think this would be a great way to pull off the song. So that's why I kind of had fun figuring it out. So we have the intro, which sounds like this. It's kind of the iconic intro. Then we have the solo. The verses. So in this video I'm going to show you how to play the entire thing. I'll show you how to play the intro, then the intro solo along with the bass and the groove and everything, and then I'll show you how to play the verse and roughly kind of what I'm thinking about when I'm playing the verse, because I'm improvising a lot over the verse, putting in some fills and whatnot. And then we play the chorus, which is very similar to the intro, although we're covering a few of the nice piano parts that Chuck Leavell plays on the Unplugged recording of this song. So strap yourself in. Let's jump into it right away. I do have tab available. It's in the video description, and I think that'll help you if you're interested in learning the tune. There it is. Layla tab. Music notes. Transcription. So, the intro. Let's break it down. So I'm playing this with a thumb pick, and I think this is a great tune to play fingerstyle because we can get the riff to really twang out and be bright with the thumb pick, and then we can get the fingers to play the chords in a really nice, smooth, kind of almost like a piano kind of way. So that's the way I like to interpret the tune. So we're going open A, and then 3rd fret with the ring finger on the 5th string, to open D, playing a D minor chord here with the left hand, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 1st fret, and we're doing a string grab with the index, middle, and ring finger on the right hand, on the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string. And then we walk down to a B flat chord, and you can play a B flat 5 chord here, which is what I do in the tab, which is B flat, F, and B flat, 1st fret, 5th fret, 1st fret on the 5th string, 3rd fret, and 3rd fret, and then play the C, or you can play a B flat chord like this, which is 1st fret, 3rd fret, skip the 3rd string, and play the 3rd fret there on the 2nd string. Up to you. So far we have, and then we play open A, B flat, C, open A, C, D minor, and then it just repeats. So real slow. Once more. Now let's talk about this backbeat. Backbeat is not necessary playing this tune. And if you're going to play it with, you know, a drummer, you certainly don't want to do the backbeat because, you know, throw off their groove and you start flamming with their snare drum. But if we're playing this as a solo piece, then the backbeat is real nice. It gives some kind of personality and groove to the song. The song, of course, has a swing feel, and that's real important to emphasize when you're playing it because, you know, the swing feel really, you know, is the essence of this unplugged version of the tune. It's what makes it feel so good. So, and it's an incredible song, of course. So with the backbeats, what I'm doing is I have kind of two ways of doing it. Sometimes I hit with the thumb pick. Sometimes I hit with the first finger. And all I'm doing is the pick is hitting the strings and the string is hitting the fret. And I let the weight of my hand kind of come down as well. And sometimes with the first finger, I'm kind of just flicking the strings. Not really flicking it, but I'm just, you know, whipping it really. Hard to explain. But, and you might be thinking, what on earth is he doing? Flicking his guitar. But when you do it in the context of the tune, especially when you play the solos, if I was to play it without that backbeat, it would sound like this. You know, it just doesn't quite have the personality if you're playing it as a solo piece. When you put those backbeats in, it kind of just gives it some life. So, we've learned the intro. I should show you where the backbeats are in the intro. Sorry, I'm getting ahead. So there's a backbeat there on that C going down. Hitting the thumb pick on that C note. Playing the B flat chord, either as a power chord or that 3-note chord. And we go. So we play B flat, A, B flat, and that B flat has a backbeat. Same thing with the C, open A, backbeat on the C note. So it's, and on both of those I'm doing the whip with the first finger. It's a good way to practice it. Back to the D minor. And when I do that kind of pickup, A, C, I play the backbeat again. So I know many of you are not going to take the time to learn the solo because, you know, it's pretty tricky. It's quite a bit of work, but I hope you can at least play the intro with that groove and just kind of practice that because it's a great exercise for getting the fingerstyle backbeat feel together. And of course, you know, it's just got such a strong swing groove that really helps, you know, put a lot of character and motion into the feeling of the piece. So let's go into the solo now. The solo sounds like this. So we're starting off with this little phrase. Beautiful little movement. Eric plays it. But I like to play it up here because we can get the thumb to play that low D bass note in just a moment. So we have 12th fret on the 5th string, 12th fret on the 4th string, 9th fret on the 3rd string, 10th fret on the 3rd string. A, D, E, F. And then we play that little hammer on F, E, D at the same time as the low D bass note with the thumb. And then we kind of do a backbeat slap on the E as we do one of those hammer-ons. I'm not going to go into the backbeats of the solo, until we've learned the solo. So, walking down to this B flat and a D played together. So we got a B flat bass note played with the thumb on the 6th fret, and then we have that middle finger playing 7th fret G note, 7th fret D note on the G string. So from there, we walk up, first finger on the 6th fret of the 2nd string, 8th fret, 10th fret, and then we play the 8th fret with the thumb, the bass note that is. So, and then we play. So we're kind of doing double stops here. Walking up. And if you know your double stop scales, which if you're playing this level of solo, you should certainly be able to play, double stops. Scales and double stops, that is. We're just walking up, E and a G note, F and an A note, C, like a little C shape there, E, G, C, do a D minor, F, A, C, F, A, D. So hopefully you can see what's going on there. Refer to the tab if you would like more detail there. From there, we go beautiful melody. So we do an A, C, and then we play those two D notes together. 10th fret of the high E string and the 10th fret of the low E string with the thumb. And that's like a classic Clapton lick. So 10th fret, 12th fret, and then a little hammer on, pull off action, and then C, D, C. 10th fret, 12th fret, 10th fret, 13th fret of the B string. So we're playing the B flat with the thumb, and then we're playing A, the 5th fret of the high E, G on the 7th fret of the B string, back to the A, and then we do a slide, or you can do a bend, just resolving from the G to the F to the D, 7th fret of the 3rd string. And then we play a C, a regular old C chord. And we put the first finger down to play the melody, resolving to a D minor chord. Oh, it's like a D5 really, D, A, and D. So that's most of the solo. Nice and slowly once more. Then we play So that is just... starts off the same. So A, D, E, F. So we kind of resolve down here. Pulling off from the F to the E note. And then 12th fret, 12th fret, 12th fret. And then we do a pull off there, 6th fret to the 5th fret of the 4th string. And then we play F, 8th fret, the A string, 5th fret, 5th fret of the 4th string. And then we play a C power chord with just the first finger and the pinky there, 3rd fret and 5th fret. And walking down G note, F note, open D. A power chord, C power chord. So the second half of that solo goes, well, it's not the second half, but the second part of that solo goes. So the entire solo, or the entire intro solo, goes like this. Backbeats happen approximately on every 2 and 4. That's kind of the goal, because that's what the snare drum will be playing if there was a drum kit involved. But it's not a, it doesn't have to be exactly every 2 and 4. Just kind of implies that feeling. So take a listen and count to 1, 2, 3, 4 as I'm doing this. Much to count numbers as well as playing the solo. That'll be the next video. So yeah, basically what we're trying to do is on the 2 and 4 we have the backbeat played somehow. Sometimes it can be just like that. There. Kind of just like letting the first finger strike the string and you get a bit of a backbeat going there. It's not as satisfying as that maybe, but it does the job. Anyway, it's quite a tricky solo to play, so take your time with it. If it takes you a few weeks to get it under your fingers, that's totally okay and totally to be expected, I think. It took me quite a while to get it to feel right. So let's talk about the verse now. The verse has this chord progression: C sharp minor to G sharp, 7, C sharp minor, and then C, D, E, with a little riff there if you want. F sharp minor to B, to E, to A, F sharp minor to B, to E, to A. So, we have a modulation here, which is really cool. A to C sharp minor. Now over this chord progression, we kind of have a few different, sounds that we can do. Over the C sharp minor chord, you would play basically a C sharp natural minor scale. So if you wanted to play some fills, you would play, over the C sharp minor, natural minor scale. We go to that G sharp 7 chord, and you would play C sharp harmonic minor over that. So that might be. See how those fills can fit in there? What will you do when you get lonely? You know, you can throw those in. It's kind of overplaying it, you know, if you don't watch it. I gotta watch it, but you know, it can be nice. And then we go to C, D, and E. And over this E, I like to just kind of play the blues. And you know, if anyone's subscribed to my Guitar Synergy channel, which I highly recommend you check out, I talk a lot about, you know, playing the blues and how the blues isn't really a scale, but it's a lot of scales. It's a major pentatonic, it's a Mixolydian mode, it's a bebop dominant scale, and it's what else? Minor pentatonic. So you can play all those sounds and more over that E chord. So you might play kind of fun. And then we just do this turnaround going from F sharp minor to B to E to A. Now, I don't really play too many fills over those chords. Fell in love with you. You turned my whole world upside down, Layla. And so then we just go back into the chorus. We haven't played the chorus yet, but the chorus has the same kind of feel as the intro. So just walking over that verse once more. C sharp minor, G sharp 7, and you can play the harmonic minor scale of C sharp minor over that. C sharp minor to C, D to E. Play some blues licks over the E chord, and then just go F sharp minor to B, E, A, F sharp minor to B, E, A. I hope you don't mind me not going into more detail on the exact licks I'm playing, because truthfully I'm just making them up. And you know, I have a philosophy that if someone has arranged a piece where it's you know, they've taken the time to arrange what's being played, like I have in the intro of this solo, and you know, Eric plays this beautiful solo. You know, it's worth learning that, but for off-the-cuff stuff, you know, it's not necessary. I kind of would rather you kind of play your own off-the-cuff stuff, because that's where your expression comes into play. That's at least how I think of it. So that's the verse. Now the chorus sounds like this. Got me on my knees, Layla. I'm begging, darling, please, Layla. Darling, won't you ease my worried mind? Back into the verse. So it's the same approach, you know, the same riff as the intro. What I like to play is that beautiful double stop melody that Chuck Leavell plays on the piano on the Unplugged recording. I just like to kind of imply that under the chords. That's where it is. D, E, F. So you're playing a B flat chord, and you're playing the D note, the E note, and then the F note. It's kind of a bit of a tricky chord, especially if you hold it for a while, like I am in this demonstration. But it goes by pretty quick. And then I like to walk up to that inversion of the C chord, to this inversion of the D minor chord. And you can of course play this just like the intro. There's nothing wrong with that. But I just wanted to show you this cool little. And I like to kind of play the riff like that sometimes. 5th fret, 8th fret, you might think, you know, why are you changing Eric's song? Eric plays it kind of more power chords. But I think if you're going to be playing it as a solo piece, you know, without any bass guitar behind you or anything, then, you know, it's nice to put in a few more flavorful voicings. So basically what I'm playing is Layla, you got me on my knees, Layla. I'm begging, darling, please, Layla. Darling, won't you ease my worried mind? To another verse. What you do when you get lonely? Don't waiting by your side. Like a fool, I fell in love with you. You turned my whole world upside down, Layla. You got me on my knees, Layla. I'm begging, darling, please, Layla. Darling, won't you ease my worried mind? Hopefully you can see what I'm doing there. I've been recording for almost 30 minutes now, so I'm going to stop before my camera shuts down. You know, it's the recording limit. Otherwise I'd have to make another clip, which I can do. But I wanted to, you know, just say thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I hope you have fun playing this, you know, great classic song, Layla. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. The tab's linked in the video description. Now I do have other lessons for this song on my Guitar Synergy channel, where I teach you how to play kind of more of an electric guitar solo like I do on my other performance video, well, my performance video that I released last year. So take good care of everybody, and thanks very much for watching. All the best.